Sally.
Well, I think we need to be very concerned about further Soviet incursions following what happened in Czechoslovakia last fall.
I agree, General Carter, and I would say that as much as anything else, that shows gaps in our intelligence.
So what do you propose doing about it?
I've already taken steps, General. We are intensifying our recruitment of Russian-speaking college grads. Here's a dossier on some of our latest applications. Take a look at that call girl, the one on top there.
Call girl? That sounds like something the Russians would do. That's not our style, Major. I thought you said you were going after college grads.
Yes, General Carter. Rest assured, her name is Call, Sarah Beth, a blonde from Douglas College in New Jersey, majoring in Russian. Very well qualified, did well on her entrance exam, and comes from a good family.
Well, that's more like it, Major. I agree. That's the type of hire that will strengthen the agency and close the gap on the Soviets.
Sally had a distinguished career at NSA and became one of the director's daily intelligence briefers. One of her early briefings, delivered in a miniskirt, raised more than a few eyebrows, but did not derail her career. Following 4 years in the Washington, D.C. area, where our subject met and married Dave Fuller, the young couple moved to Western Mass in the fall of 1973, where Dave would begin his legal career. Young Sally landed a job as Director of Communications at the then Westfield State College under new president Bob Randolph. In the fall of 1975, Sally moved on to become Director of Communications for Stage West's Springfield's Regional Theater, where she served under the theater's executive director, Stephen Hayes. Shortly after she began her work, she learned that she was expecting her first child, which somewhat limited her activities there. Following a few years out of the workforce, raising children, Sally considered switching sectors, inspired by her daily viewings of the film Dirty Dancing.
With my body, so I want you more than you'll ever know.
Unfortunately, a career as Patrick Swayze's backup dancer wasn't in the cards. She instead worked from home on various projects, eventually ending up at a local advertising agency called the Graphic Association. After a few years with the Graphic Association, Sally moved on to be marketing director of the Village Commons in South Hadley, Mount Holyoke's commercial gift to the town of South Hadley. After a few years there, Sally moved on, no longer enamored of trying to tell people where they should shop. Next up was a job closer to home with the Springfield Chamber of Commerce, where she served under the leadership of Chamber President Russ Denver.
Hi, Mrs. Fuller. Happy birthday to you. I'm sorry that Melanie and I were not be able to attend because we're at a family wedding. But I want you to relax, because when a judge tells you to behave, you behave. It's a great honor to be able to tell people about a couple of things that you did during your time at the Chamber of Commerce, which I, to today, consider exceptional. The first is your commitment to the kids of the city of Springfield, and how you were able to bring businesses to partner up with individual schools in Springfield. And you didn't just go after the small businesses, you went right to Mass Mutual and Bay State and Belize, and you got them very involved in the schools. And all of those partnerships exist today, and that's a true testament to the work that you did back then. The second thing, which I don't think many people realize, is still today there are the Pioneer Valley Teaching Excellence Awards. And I want people to know that you started those Teaching Excellence Awards while you were at the Chamber. You designed the program, you raised the funds, and it's a testament to you that all these years later, Harold Grinspoon continues these with the Pioneer Valley Teaching Excellence Awards. And it brings me to my final point. Whenever I see you, you often remind me of my Catholic guilt when we went to visit the superintendent of the diocesan schools, and you said you never saw me on my best behavior because I was sitting in front of a nun. And that's probably true, because Catholics do have those guilt. So again, happy birthday, happy 70th, and enjoy your time.
Sally's next career move was to banking. When she took a job with United Bank, may even have been known as United Cooperative Bank at that time, it was actually her second job in that milieu. For a short while, she had worked at the Bank of New England, before mergers and a real estate collapse saw that institution disappear. Believing that she was hired to provide United Bank with strategic vision and investment expertise, Sally was instead asked to focus on bank marketing and expanding the bank's brand throughout Western Mass and Northern Connecticut. We still hear rumors to the effect that when Sally left, the bank was forced to merge, and fortunately was able to find a partner with Rockville Bank in Connecticut. For the last dozen years, Sally has plied her trade at the Davis Foundation in Springfield, where she has devoted all of her efforts to the Cherish Every Child initiative, which is focused on promoting improvements in the training of early childhood educators with the goal of improving reading proficiency in young children. Recently, she traveled to Denver, Colorado, where she accepted, on behalf of the city of Springfield, the city's designation as an All-American City for its efforts in improving test scores for inner-city children. For several years now, it has been Sally's mantra that, quote, she's not going to retire until all the damn kids can read, end quote. Recent news that she intends to in fact retire at year's end may suggest she has achieved her goal. We certainly hope so, but if not, it is recognized that her contributions to the cause of reading proficiency have been considerable, and perhaps it is appropriate for her to pass the torch on to others in this field.